This is Charles the Hammer, and welcome to my channel. Eric Church is a country music singer. He's one of the headliners at the Route 91 Festival in Las Vegas last year, which was the scene of the horrific mass shooting, I think, that left around 58 people dead. Eric has given an interview to Rolling Stone, which he now is blaming the NRA. This guy is a real dope. He starts off by saying he's a Second Amendment guy. Well, anytime you hear someone say, I'm a Second Amendment supporter, sometimes you can always expect to hear the word but after that. And this is the case with Eric. He's blaming the NRA and gun lobbyists for being a, quote, roadblock to gun safety. This is according to a Yahoo News report on the upcoming interview in Rolling Stone. Quote, there are some things we can't stop, like the disgruntled kid who takes his dad's shotgun and walks into a high school. But we could have stopped the guy in Vegas. That's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, yeah, you could maybe stop a disgruntled shooter if there's warning signs that the authorities actually pay attention to, like what happened in Parkland. There were numerous reports about the shooter in Parkland, that he had problems, and law enforcement went and investigated, but they didn't really follow up and do anything. But he's claiming they could have stopped the guy in the Vegas shooting. I don't know how. From my understanding, there were no reports that he was ready to do this. He says, quote, I don't care who you are. You shouldn't have that kind of power over elected officials. To me, it's cut and dried. The gun show loophole would not exist if it weren't for the NRA. So at this point in time, if I was an NRA member, I would think I had more of a problem than a solution. Well, first off, what the F does the gun show loophole have to do with any of this? There's no gun show loophole here with the Las Vegas shooting. He bought his guns legally. There is absolutely no proof of any gun show loophole. It's just a way these activists keep hammering and hammering on this red herring argument. And so Eric is a dope. I mean, he's bashing the NRA. He's trying to attach red herring arguments to a horrible tragedy that happened last year. Now, I get, if you're performing there, you're attending, it's a horrific event to go through, even be a bystander or participating in, as far as performing on stage. But to sit there and blame the gun show loophole just shows what a dope this guy is. He went on to say, I don't think our forefathers ever thought the right to bear arms was that. Well, first off, Eric, the right to bear arms is meant for the citizens to resist a tyrannical government. So, yeah, you know what? People need to be able to defend themselves. And as far as the NRA having the power over elected officials, they're a lobbying group, just like any other lobbying group out there. They're representing their members. Just like the teachers' unions, just like the transportation unions, just like Planned Parenthood. The list goes on and on. And I think there's this misperception out there, or maybe a outright lie, that the NRA spends loads and loads of money on elections. It's not true at all. If you look at, like, say, the NRA, what they've spent on congressional elections since 1998, it's a drop in the bucket compared to most large lobbying firms. The NRA has contributed $4.2 million to current members of Congress since 1998. That might sound like a lot. But if you compare it to Planned Parenthood, who spent $38 million on the 2016 election alone, compared to the NRA's $4.2 million in 20 years. It's a drop in a bucket, especially since Planned Parenthood gets $500 million in taxpayers' funding every year. So, really, this notion that the NRA has Congress in its pocket is ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, the NRA's power is its membership, its grassroots. the people who are the constituents in the congressional districts and the Senate districts. They're the blue-collar people working every day. They're the white-collar people working every day who believe in the Second Amendment, who support the right to bear arms. And I know some very ardent supporters of the Second Amendment who don't like the NRA, not for the reasons that Eric Church brings up, but for the reasons that they don't think the NRA does enough to protect gun rights. They think that they kind of whittle away and make too many deals. I'm a lifetime member of the NRA, and I think they do a pretty decent job. But at the end of the day, Eric Church, who is a country music singer, I guarantee you, Eric, 90% of the people who go see you and buy your records and go see you in concert are either NRA members or they have guns in their home and they support the right to bear arms. And I guarantee you something, and it's already starting to bear out. Eric, you're dope, and you're going to start seeing your fans say, you know what? No, I'm not listening to your music anymore. I don't know if this is a Dixie Chicks type of moment or not, but we'll see. So, at the end of the day, Eric Church, you are a moron.